It's a superstar of our national treasures. It has its own anthem, its own Pledge of Allegiance, laws that protect it. It is, of course, the American flag. But if you think you know the truth about Old Glory, well, get ready for some red, white, and blue revelations. Here's the commonplace story. In June of 1776, George Washington visits Philadelphia seamstress Betsy Ross and asks her to make the first American flag. She consents and sews the icon that will be the template for all U.S. flags to come. The Patriots immediately embrace it. The flag rallies Washington's troops in many a Revolutionary War battle. And the newly independent United States has a symbol it protects with nearly religious fervor. If you believe all that, you've got stars in your eyes. Let's start with the Betsy Ross part. Betsy attended the same Philadelphia church as Washington and Ben Franklin. But as for making the flag, the problem is that there's no direct evidence to support it. We believe in the story of Betsy Ross because of something her grandson wrote 100 years after the fact. In 1870, Betsy Ross's grandson, William Canby, claims that his grandmother fashioned the first flag. His sole evidence is stories passed down through the family. And the legend catches on.
At best, she may have had an indirect involvement, perhaps redesigning the stars from 6 points to 5 points. That's about it.
If Betsy Ross didn't design the flag, well, who did? If anyone was directly involved in the creation of the flag, it was Francis Hopkinson. Hopkinson is one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence and an early federal employee.
The committee for the Navy needed to develop something to distinguish American ships in this new entity called the United States of America. These ships are out sailing in the ocean. How are you going to recognize them? They need someone to create a symbol that projects that identity so other people can know if it's a friend or foe.
And as for the part about the flag immediately becoming the near sacred symbol we now revere,
The American flag was not considered a very important symbol of the country. There was no universal design whatsoever. The arrangement of the stars varied, sometimes as a circle, sometimes as an oval, sometimes in rows, and different flags actually had different number of stripes, as few as 9 and as many as 18 in the early American flag.
Still, we've seen the movies and the paintings. The flag rallies our troops during the darkest moments of the Revolution, doesn't it? Just like George Washington, I cannot tell a lie.
The American flag was not flown in any battle of the Revolutionary War. As far as we know, it was not flown until the 1840s in the Mexican-American War.
But what about those paintings? 19th century artists put the flag into their paintings. Not to be historically accurate, but to be patriotic. The American flag doesn't become a powerful symbol until the bloodbath of our Civil War. Old Glory flies proudly during the Union's unsuccessful defense of Fort Sumter. The flag finally spreads across the country as a beacon of patriotism and unity that stands tall even in defeat.
The flag was adopted by the American military only late in the 1800s. The Marines didn't adopt it until 1876, and the American cavalry until 1887.
Nevertheless, Americans have been pledging allegiance to the flag, hand over heart, since our nation's early years. Not exactly. The Pledge of Allegiance wasn't even created until 1892.
Tons of immigrants are coming into America. We need something to bind these people together. If they don't have a shared history, we pledge allegiance to the flag, that this is the symbol of our country, and there's this ritual, basically, to bring people all into the fold.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And the way we pledge allegiance changes in 1942, during the Second World War.
The original salute was very similar, unfortunately, to the Nazi salute, with the arm outstretched and the palm up. That, of course, was characterized of the horrific Nazi era in Germany. And as a result of that, of course, the salute was changed to putting one's right hand over one's heart.
There's a way in which America, especially because it's such a young nation, needs symbols, heroes, artifacts, things that give it kind of an identity. That's why the flag is invested with a tremendous amount of meaning.